All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sports Dom coming back with another video, and this is my Tennessee Titans at Buffalo Bills Week 7 preview. So I think the Bills will go to 5-2. They're coming off of a 23-20 win over the New York Jets, who many kept saying that they were supposed to lose to. But then when we beat them, now they're saying we can't beat a team with a winning record, blah, blah, blah. But wait a minute. I thought the Jets were supposed to beat us. Okay, so the Jets are supposed to have this, like, unbeatable defense. And Aaron Rodgers was supposed to, slap us around a little bit and call us Susan. Well, how come that didn't happen if they were supposed to beat us? That's what many football fans said, that there's no way that the Bills are going to beat Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. And they went into their house and they beat them. Okay? There is, where there's a will, there is a way. All right? And that I said in my preview video for that game that the Buffalo Bills have much success against Aaron Rodgers. Even when he was with the Green Bay Fudge Packers, the Bills had success against Aaron Rodgers. But in this game against the Tennessee Titans, it was announced the day before, which was yesterday, Saturday, that the Bills will not face Will Levis in this game, that they will face Mason Rudolph, who they beat in the AFC wildcard playoff game when he was with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, they have success against Mason Rudolph. They know they can beat Mason Rudolph. And I think we're going to win. And with our new number one wide receiver, Amari Cooper, who was acquired by the Bills, I think it was on Tuesday. Yes, on Tuesday, the day after we beat the Jets on Monday Night Football. Just about an hour after the Jets traded for Davante Adams, Brandon Beane said, "Wait a minute, check that. Hold my beer. You think we don't have a receiver? Watch this." Yeah, Cleveland. Hey, this is Brandon Beane of the Buffalo Bills. How you doing? Yeah, we'll do a third and a seventh for Cooper and a sixth. All right, let's call that in. All right, bye. So, Amari Cooper is now a Buffalo Bill. And I like that. And I do believe that Amari Cooper is going to start for the Buffalo Bills. And the Jets are starting their new wide receiver, Davante Adams. But I don't think, it's going to make a difference, because I think Pittsburgh is going to beat them on Sunday Night Football anyway. So I think Tomlin will have that team ready for Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. But it's going to be interesting to see what Josh Allen can do with Amari Cooper. I really like Khalil Shakir. I wanted him to emerge as the number one. Unfortunately, he got hurt, and the Buffalo Bills needed a number one receiver. And with what we gave up, I think we should re-sign Amari Cooper. I think they will next year, because they'll get to move on. That they won't have to deal with the Diggs money. They'll get to move on from Von Miller and that money. Okay. And then I would resign, Amari Cooper to a 2-3 year contract, maybe even 4-year contract. We'll also have Curtis Samuel. I think that they're going to move on after this season from Mac Hollins. Or maybe they'll bring him back. I don't know. But to make room for Amari Cooper, the Buffalo Bills have released Marquez Valdez Scantling. And that was a move that had to be made because Marquez Valdez Scantling just wasn't doing anything with the Buffalo Bills. And it's rumored that, the Kansas City Chiefs could pick him back up. I hope not, because he now has our playbook. But anyways, it's going to be Mason Rudolph starting for the Tennessee Titans. He has his number one receiver out there in DeAndre Hopkins, who a lot of Bills fans wanted the Bills to trade for, but we got Amari Cooper. And I think, and a lot of experts like ESPN and everybody said that the Bills got the better receiver in the trade. Even they got the better receiver, than Adams. Adams said that the Bills were in the mix, but he never really wanted to come to Buffalo. He wanted to go play with Aaron Rodgers because he played with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. And he wanted to reunite with A-Rod. But I think Amari Cooper is going to help the Buffalo Bills. And I think they're going to win over the Tennessee Titans. And I think even next week they're going to go into Seattle and they're going to beat the Seattle Seahawks. Even though that is a tough place to play, I do think that with Cooper, I think the Bills are going to get on, a little bit of a roll now that they have a new number one receiver. And I want to see this pump up Khalil Shakir and Dalton Kincaid and Curtis Samuel, and Dawson Knox, stuff like that. I also think that the Bills, at least for the practice squad, should re-sign Quintez Cephas. I have him on the Bills on my Madden game, but I also traded for KJ Osborne to be, my new number one, number two receiver, along with Khalil Shakir. But I also have Quintez Cephas. And what I saw from Quintez Cephas in that game is, anyways, on Madden, is he catches contested footballs. Okay. He can go up and get it. They had Quintez Cephas and they released him, which I understand. I mean, he hasn't played football in quite a while. But, I'm excited about the Josh Allen, Amari Cooper era. He said he was very happy, to know he's going to be playing with Josh Allen. He said he's admired Josh Allen's game and stuff like that. And he's someone who wanted to be a Buffalo Bill. So, and he's not a diva. He's not a diva. He leads the league in drop passes, but he had Deshaun Watson as his fucking quarterback. Deshaun Watson. I think he's going to be much better with Josh Allen. And I think he's going to play against Tennessee. I hope he does anyway. They're not ruling him out, and I hope he catches a touchdown pass or a couple touchdowns in this game. And I hope the Bills win by like 10, 14 points. Win by a 2-score game. Don't let the Titans back in it. And on a simulation that I watched on YouTube, that had the Bills winning by 18, 38, 21. So, I mean, if we can win like 35, 14, 35, 20, something like that, 38, 20, something like that. I'll be happy with that. Um, but the Tennessee Titans come in at 1-4. The Buffalo Bills come in at 4-2, and this, and we know we can beat Mason Rudolph because we have beaten Mason Rudolph. And we beat him in the regular season. I don't think it was last year. I think it was the week before. It was like 38-3. The Bills clobbered the Steelers, in the regular season. Mason Rudolph was the quarterback then as well. And as well as we beat him in the AFC wildcard playoff game. But they know how to beat Mason Rudolph. The problem is, though, I think they studied for Will Levis. And a day before the game, the Titans says, no, we're going with Mason Rudolph. I think it's to try and throw the Bills off guard, but I don't think it's going to work. The Bills know, what Mason Rudolph is, and they know how to beat Mason Rudolph. But yeah, with Amari Cooper, even if they double cover him, they're going to have to deal with not only Josh Allen's legs, but they're going to have to deal with James Cook, Ray Davis, Khalil Shakir, Curtis Samuel, Dawson Knox, Dalton Kincaid, all that. But I'm expecting a win. I don't think that the Bills lose this game. The last time they played them, they smashed them 41-7. I believe it was on either Sunday night or Monday Night Football in Buffalo. But there was a time before that when they beat us with Derrick Henry, and he scored like 2 touchdowns, I think so. And he scored 2 touchdowns against us a few games ago with the Baltimore Ravens, so hopefully we don't have to see them in the playoffs. And I've watched some ESPN experts and Pro Football Focus, and NFL experts say that the Bills got the better deal, than the Jets did with Devontae Adams. The Jets still have Garrett Wilson. You're not going to be able to have 2 number 1 receivers. One of them's going to want out. They're thinking about trading Mike Williams. I've seen reports that teams have called the Jets about Garrett Wilson. I don't know how them two are going to coexist, because one's going to want out. And then the Jets have the Hassan Reddick thing, that he never played a game for the Jets, and he never will. He never will. They're thinking about trading him. So Joe Douglas fucked up that trade. But I think Josh Allen's going to have another good game, just like he did with the Jets, against the Jets. I don't think, he's going to turn it over. We can't take the stupid penalties, though, that we took against the Jets. We need to win this game by more than 3 points. We should win this game by more than 3 points. We should have won the Jets game by more than 3 points. But the stupid penalties, and, it's each team had 11 penalties against them, so we got to cut down on the penalties. We can't shoot ourselves in the foot. We got to stop DeAndre Hopkins, and I think the Bills will. I think the Bills come out on top. They're at home. They're coming home after a 3-game road trip at Baltimore, at Houston, and at the Jets. They went 1-2 on that road trip, and now it's going to be, the stadium's going to be rocking. Highmark Stadium's going to be rocking. We're back home in front of our crowd. Mason Rudolph, but I think the Bills win. Players I'm going to be watching. If he plays, it'll be Amari Cooper. Of course, Josh Allen, James Cook, Curtis Samuel, and Dalton Kincaid. The defense, I think the defense is going to step up in this game too. Um, I think that they're going to be a big part of this game as well as the offense. Now, you're going to see a different offense with Amari Cooper uh, added into the mix, and that was a good trade by Brandon Bean. I like that we gave up, a third and a seventh, and we got a pick back that's better than the seventh. We got a sixth, so. Uh, but I can't wait, to see Josh Allen throw into Amari Cooper. It should be a fun game. Uh, I hope it's not close. I hope the Bills go out there, and just stomp a mud hole in them. But that Titans defense, is a good defense. But with Amari Cooper and the rest of this team and Josh Allen, I think the Bills are gonna be pumped up at home, and the Bills are gonna come out with a big win. So guys, comment in the comment section below on what you think. And as always, if you like my videos, like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss a video. And I don't think Brandon Bean is done. The trade deadline is coming up, and I don't think that Bean is done. I think there's one, maybe two more, maybe three more moves that are going to be made. But he said he's not ruling out more moves. All right. But guys, comment, like, subscribe. Go Bills. Let's beat the Tennessee Titans and get ready for Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks. We want to go into that matchup 5-2 because Seattle is always a tough place to play. It always has been. I mean, the Bills have beaten the Seahawks there, but it's always, a tough place to play. It's very loud, but I think we can beat Geno Smith and the Seahawks next week. But first, we got to beat the Titans. I think we will. Comment, like, subscribe. Stay tuned for my Tennessee Titans at Buffalo Bills post-game recap. And as always, go Bills. I'll see you in the post-game.